Good afternoon, everybody. I call this press conference to supplement what is in the two statements which I put out a few minutes ago, that Mr. Chuan-Jin has asked to step down as Speaker of Parliament, an MP for Marine Parade, and to resign from the PAP. And MP Ms. Cheng has also resigned from Parliament as an MP and resigned from the PAP. I accepted both the resignations. I wish Mr. Tan did not have to leave politics under such circumstances, but he understands that he has to be held accountable to Parliament, to the party, to the constituents, and to his family for his actions and conduct. I also wish Ms. Cheng didn't have to leave under such circumstances, but things had happened and it was necessary. Because besides Mr. Tan's recent hot mic incident, the unparliamentary language which was used, there's also the relationship of the inappropriate relationship between him and his fellow PAP MP, Ms. Cheng Li-Hui. This is, in comparison, I think the more serious matter, because he was a speaker and she is an MP, and there should not have been a relationship. I had spoken to Mr. Tan about this relationship most recently in February this year. He admitted that what he did was wrong, and he offered his resignation to me. I accepted his resignation, but I told him, first I needed to make sure that residents of Kembangan, Chai Chi, and Marine Parade continued to be taken care of. Meanwhile, his relationship with Ms. Cheng had to stop. But very recently, I came across information that strongly suggested that the relationship had continued. And I decided then that Mr. Tan had to go forthwith, whether or not the arrangements were ready. It couldn't wait any longer. At around the same time, the video clip of Mr. Tan misspeaking in Parliament circulated. He was away. After he came back, I asked to see him. During our discussion, he agreed to leave immediately, both for his unparliamentary conduct as well as his inappropriate relationship with Ms. Cheng, which he had told me that he would break off, but he did not. Ms. Cheng, as I mentioned, has also resigned as MP for Tampines GRC and as a PAP member. She too has been counselled, including by me, also in February this year, but nevertheless she had continued the relationship with Mr. Tan. It saddens me to discover that these two PAP MPs have fallen short of the high standards of propriety and personal conduct that we expect of all PAP MPs. When such a situation arises, it's my duty as Secretary General of the party to deal with them and put things right. And it means to counsel, to correct, to admonish, and ultimately, if necessary, to remove the MP from the party and the Parliament. It's painful to do this to our friends and comrades in arms, and it can also be politically embarrassing and costly. But the PAP has to maintain party discipline and standards of conduct. Our duty is to Parliament and the people of Singapore, and that is paramount. I assure the residents of Kembangan Chai Chi Division in Marine Parade GRC and Tampines East Division in Tampines GRC that the remaining GRC MPs will continue to look after your interests and serve you to the best of their ability. Specifically, Mr. Edwin Tong will take care of Kembangan Chai Chi residents in Marine Parade, and Mr. Masagos Zulkifli will take care of Tampines East residents in Tampines. As for the Speaker of Parliament, I will nominate a new Speaker by the next sitting of Parliament, which will be on August the 1st, when I will also be making a ministerial statement. In the meantime, the Deputy Speaker, Ms. Jessica Tan, will be the acting Speaker. I urge all Singaporeans, including the press, to give Chuan-Jin and his family, as well as Li Hui and her family, space and time to heal from this episode. Chuan-Jin and Li Hui's conduct was inappropriate. They've resigned their seats, but you can imagine the pain and anguish that they and their families are going through. We should show compassion to them and hope that in time they can heal. High standards of propriety and conduct and personal conduct, together with staying clean and incorrupt, are the fundamental reasons Singaporeans trust and respect the PAP and give us their mandate to form the government and work together with us to improve the lives of Singaporeans. PAP MPs, whether you're ministers or backbenchers, must uphold these cardinal values at all times. Without party discipline, without integrity, we are nothing. So this is an absolute requirement.